Hey everyone, it's Ryzen. Back from eating to maybe finish Blue Reflection 2. Maybe. It's a big maybe, but it is a maybe. Oh, we don't have to get Alice Fragment, that's right. No, she's gone. Start with Uda's just in case, because I think Uda's might trigger her thing. I don't know. We'll find out. Alright, Uda's max level, so it unlocks that. We're not going to bother to unlock everything or explore all of those, because why bother? There's literally nothing in there. Some new collectibles, I guess. Just because we're going to, you know, be... Yeah, we'll stick with this party for this one. We're going to be, losing my train of thought here. We're gonna be playing the game again. Right, okay. Jesus. Thank Ryzen. Thank. Okay. Run away from these guys. There's really no point in fighting anymore. Because we have some crusty paint supplies. That's all you need in the world. No, not really. No, we're max level, so what? Why bother? I mean, I'd like to make a few rattan baskets, but you know, it's not the end of the world if I don't. Then Shiho's Heartscape, so the hand baskets. But I can try to just make some things, or convert some things. But we have to go through the filler first. I was hoping to get the filler done after last, you know, before I ended the stream yesterday, but... Well, that wasn't happening, considering, you know... I didn't realize it would be so hard the last round there. We're not redoing that on Death Wish, by the way. No way. Those guys were kicking my ass on normal. I don't even know how I would handle it on Death Wish. Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, I had to fight that guy again. You could get that thing for Uda if you hadn't, that location over there, but I already picked it up earlier. But you could get it now. Oh, this isn't even the ant. Oh, right, it's the one we fought. Okay, hey, Zero. These guys will be no joke, or no threat whatsoever to me. Seriously. Neither will the final boss, by the way. The final boss is a complete pushover in this game. Although epic as hell, but still a pushover. But hey, proof that you don't need to have a really hard final boss to have it be a good final boss. Oh, crap. Also, I realized I'm kind of an idiot, and, you see, I thought Al, when, you know, she, got to Gear 3, you had to use this one to block, but no. You don't. You can use this one. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. But yeah, you can use that too. It just, it changes the description, because it adds, like, damage reduction down and a blocking protecting combo. But I thought you lost the blocking combo ability in exchange for damage reduction. But no, it's just bad localization. I never noticed the shield before until yesterday. Alright, Uda, grab your fragment. I guess it makes sense that we don't have to collect Ao's because her fragment was just temporarily grabbed from her and then put back into her. Alright, that might trigger Uda's thing, but I don't think so. I think we have to get to chapter 11. I am incorrect. I can't make any rattan baskets. Give me some hand baskets. I don't know, make 30 of them. Okay. Oh, we got these crunchy paint supplies. You know what, just... It doesn't even matter anymore. It really doesn't matter anymore. We're basically done with the game. Oh, this playthrough. So, yeah, there you go. 10 baskets. Can make 10 of them. Should be more than enough. Should make an extra few, just in general, as well. Extra few, yeah. There we go, not bad. And I saved some materials, so... Make another 2. Sweet. 20 should be more than enough for the rest of the game. They're my favorite item in the game, if you haven't noticed. They're amazing. I mean, what's not to like? You can buff your defense. You can heal everybody for a ton. You can add regen, ether speed up to make you faster. It's just... It's such an amazing item. Alright, Kokoro. I guess this also kind of revolved around Shiho a little bit. Bring her in. No, don't touch me. Ain't nobody got time for this. We got credits to see. Let's go. I don't intend to fight any random encounters for regular mobs for the rest of the game, by the way. I'll just tell you, the enemies in the final dungeon, all they drop is sands. Every sand in the game, basically, at very high drop rates, so. Nothing of interest. Gotta fight Atlas again. This guy is my nightmare. Oh, did you think we were done with boss rushes? Sorry. Wait, our boss refights? This is the Mega Man, part of the game. Haha. Except they're higher level now than they were the first time. Oh, they're level 42? It's the same version we fought in the first round of the boss rush? Okay. Haha. Hey, look, I won. Yeah, the challenge is done. I can't believe how hard those guys were. That last time. I was not expecting that to be that difficult. Like I said, I didn't do that before. But I did it now, so. Nice thing is those fragments will carry over into a New Game Plus, although I don't really intend to use them, but they're there. Oh yeah, I was expecting like some more character development for the characters here, but no, they just take the fragment and that's it. That's all you get. Yeah, it's total filler. But whatever.
どこに行こうかな。出発だね。
Bring in Hinako for this one too. I figure I might as well make use of all the party members here and there. Hinako. I like all the party members. This might be my favorite dungeon theme in the game. It's very soothing. You gotta put your hips into it. That's your secret to climbing. Up we go. I'm sorry, I still can't believe how little fan service is in this game. Look, I'm sorry, I've been playing Knights of Azure 1 and Knights of Azure 2. And you can't walk 2 feet without massive jiggle physics, so this is a little strange to me. Considering the Gus games I've been playing lately. I mean, I like it. It's fine. It's just a little weird. The lack of weird is weirding me out. I mean, whatever. The fan service in this game is more... not grounded. Subtle, I guess? Yeah, subtle. I mean, it's definitely there. I mean, there's all the whole Yuri shipping stuff, but, you know. Hey, look, it's this idiot again. Time to go murder him. Trying to decide if Blue Reflection 1 or Knights of Azure 1 or 2 is more fan-servicey. I mean, it's kind of hard to top naked Hinako all the time, but Knights of Azure 1 and 2 is pretty bad. The game's generally good, but fan service is a little much. Though I suppose it's not as bad as that weird pirate game where your breast size determines your stats. Oh, crap. I mistimed that. I was early on it. I mean, granted, it doesn't particularly matter. Get him, Hinako. Do you really want to 1v1 me? Alright, kick his ass, Shiho. I don't think so. Haha. Going down, weird circle flying demon thing. Bye. Kick the shit out of him, Shiho. So brutal. I mean, I guess you could consider that fan service, so you kind of see her underwear there, but I don't care. It looks brutal and cool. I don't know, there's just something amusing about Shiho. This, like, plain-looking, yet gorgeous girl just kicking the shit out of something. Because she just doesn't look that part at all. Yeah, they're not kidding. We have to do all of these. They don't take very long, but we do have to do them all. It's, you know, the fan service. The fan service? No, the filler. I do wish they would have done, like, one more memory or something for everybody. That would have been nice. Like back when we did this the first time, when we collected the embarrassing memory, like that was fun. I mean, yeah, it's filler, but it's fun filler. This is just filler.
私頑張ります
Oh, I didn't turn back on the transformations.
いつでもやれます
I should do that.
完勝ですやりました
Look, I like the transformations. Just not when it's playing every battle. Oh, I just realized we're crossing a rainbow road. And rainbow crystals. Your symbolism is pretty obvious there. This is Hinako's Heartscape. Maybe she is gay. I don't think so, though. She's more so... She never really struck me as interested in romance in general, frankly. I mean, all the other girls, yeah, they're totally gay.
取っておこう
Hinako, though, Hinako's debatable. But there's rainbow roads on her Heartscape, so who knows? But it is nice that she doesn't act any different from the first game. At least the end of the first game, right? Like, she's not out there responding to Alice flirting. Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense.
特別をここに
Maybe she's bi.
この
I
力
don't think she's anything. I mean,
みんなを守る
struck me more as just not really interested in romance.
私に飛ぶ力も
I guess you could argue she has a thing for Yuzu in line, but I don't think so. I think it's more
いつでもやれます
like they're not friends. They're closer than
やる
friends.
よ
They're like family to her. But I never got the romantic vibe.
よし
Sarasa, I think, was totally into
私の番
Hinako. I mean, there was a rival thing, but I definitely could see romantic vibes with her.
チャンス一気に
One-sided.
戦いに出るよ
Obviously Shihori, but, you know, we pretend Shihori doesn't exist in this world, so...
よしさあ消える
Well, that guy's dead.
次もこの調子でね
I've basically been playing games filled to the brim with lesbians recently, haven't I? I mean, the Trail series, both Blue Reflection games. We've got, and I've been playing Knights of Azure 1 and 2 off camera, so, you know. There's been a consistent theme in my life right now. Which is cool. Aw, Hinako looks so cute when she smiles. Sadly, we can't walk into the old school. It kind of sucks. There's just an invisible wall right here. Yeah, kind of lame. Actually, you can tell how shitty the texture is on the old school. They didn't bother to fully texture it. Welcome to the club. Yeah.
行き先はどうしよ
I don't know. It's just kind of funny when I think about it.
ういざ出発
Actually, I bought Knights of Azure 1 and 2 specifically because I liked Blue Reflection 2 so much. I basically started looking for Gust games, particularly ones with Yuri influences, and those were the two that popped up. This is Reina's, right? Yeah.
任せて
I probably would not stream Knights of Azure 1 and 2, by the way. Primarily because they're action games, and talking while playing them would be difficult.
負けません
Nor do I really want to play them for like a second time each weekly. I mean, I already beat them. Look, if you're that interested, I can think about it. They are good games. I do like them.
みんなを守る
They're not for everybody, but they are good.
ここからが本番
I was hoping not to get in a battle. I mean, the Knights game have a interesting world, but I don't think we're gonna get a Knights of Azure 3, so we got a much bigger chance of getting Blue Reflection 3, frankly. Knights of Azure 2 sold horribly, from what I understand, which is a shame. We got banger soundtracks. I mean, Gus games usually do. But, I mean, we'll see how fun the Ryza games are. They should be good, right? It should be good. Everybody seems to love Ryza games. The Ryza games, for some reason. So, I'm sure they're good.
特別をここに
While they transform.
この力でみんなを守る
Comfortable.
ここからが本番めっちゃ強そう
As we fight this snake again.
いつでもやります見せてあげる
Let's try to get through these guys as quickly as possible.
いける攻め時ねいけるいつでもいける攻め時ねいつでもやりますもっといけるよねいつでも攻め時ねいけ仕掛けますいつでもいけるチャンス攻めるよ見せてあげるもっといけるよね攻め時ね仕掛けますよし
Dead. And dead snake.
まこんなもんでしょ
I mean, to be fair, I'm more forgiving of this game having some filler content than, you know, Final Fantasy 15. How many different wolves are in FF15? With that budget? Or FF12? And I like FF12. There are way too many palette swaps in that game. For that kind of budget.
どこに行こうかな
Kirara. Who's Kirara's friend? Shiho?
出発
Oh crap, yeah. Kirara's is annoying to get to. Problem with Kirara is this stupid opening animation for the doors.
あなたたち
Kiori, I haven't used you in a while. Let's bring you in. We're almost certainly gonna have to fight some enemies. Pokemon have palette swaps, the most hype thing without doing anything good of me. I mean, you're not wrong. Pokemon games haven't really innovated that much. Their biggest innovation was double battles. Having party members! That is actually funny.
みんな
It's kind of like when Dragon Quest 2 is like, there's a party now! It's like, oh my god, it's amazing. Final Fantasy just did that, though. It's like, oh, okay.
思いの力見せてあげる
You want to play some old school bullshit, Liz? Play some Dragon Quest 2. Then you too can enjoy being ambushed by green dragons and dying before you get a turn.
いつでもいける私の出番だね
Or walking in the final dungeon and having the enemies decide, I'm gonna use Sacrifice on you. What does Sacrifice do? It's 100% guaranteed instant death to all enemies and allies.
何かに
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, the enemies are all dead, but it doesn't matter. Because you're dead too. So it's game over. That's Sacrifice. Well, it kills the enemy and then them. It's the self-destruct move that also murders you. It doesn't do damage, it just kills you.
戦闘開始
It's guaranteed. It hits everybody.
準備よ
Oh yeah, the shinies are just different colors of paint, which is kind of stupid.
よし
I never thought the shinies was a good concept, frankly.
楽勝だったのです
I mean, I guess they're cool to proc randomly, but they always seemed like a dumb concept to me. Like they should have like different stats or something. This guy's of course gonna fight me, which is fine.
準備はいいいつでもいけるそうて私の出番だね
Did you get him? Yeah, you got him.
大勝利やったね
Yatane. I love that. I love Hiyori's cute voice. She is cute as hell. So we expect the FF16. We used to one of the worlds from FF16. Even FF14? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you corrected it. I think FF14 will be based on one of the worlds from it. Or FF16 will be based on one of the worlds from FF14. Yeah, gotcha. It might be. I don't know. FF16. Look, I'm gonna withhold judgment until I get the game.
特別は
Going with an open mind.
思いの力
13 months of the source. Interesting. It seems bizarrely
私に
dark for a Final Fantasy game. I mean, that could be good, could be bad.
みんなとなら準備よ
I mean,
いつでも
Tales of Berseria is bizarrely dark for a Tales game. I like that game a lot.
私の出番だねそうて今来たねよいしょとどうしようか来たね準備よしチャンス一気に畳みかけるよ
Whee! Go get him, Al.
準備
Hiyori, go get him.
そう当たって
Kokoro. Haha!
頑張るね
So they have it. I want the flood. World only start to infiltrate the other. Interesting. Oh, too early. What are you doing, Ryzen? Failing miserably. Gotta wait for him to turn around. Okay, that was too late. It's not gonna matter though. No, I want to counter him. Oh, never mind. Lost my timing today. That guy's not even that hard to counter for me. Surprising. His counter is when his head is facing away from you.
勝だったのです
Like when it starts to turn away from you. I was getting a little late there. Alright, Kirara. Grab your fragment and let's go. We got a world to sit. Actually, the world's already dead. We got a world to revive. Resurrect in a new manner. I mean, technically, even if our plan works, everyone's still dead. But they'll be revived in a new world as the same people, kind of, in a way. Look, it technically counts, okay? Good enough. What's the alternative, okay?
目的地は
Look, the gods are dicks in
出発ですね
Blue Reflection games, okay? That's not good. I need to hit a button. Gots to hit a button. Hit the green. Okay. Alright. That doesn't work. We gotta hit the yellow. Your stomach is not happy. Which god isn't a dick? Philemon. From Persona 1 and 2. He's cool. Let's see. Good gods. Give me a minute.
戦闘開始だね
I mean, Doth wasn't evil in this series. Just thought that, you know, it was a self-preservation thing. Flesh with the blood. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Gods are kind of dicks. I don't know why. They pretty much never are good. Doth may be one of the better ones, actually. I mean, then again, I mean, the gods in Blue Reflection are implied to be more indifferent than they are evil. Maybe indifferent. It's actually debatable, like, is Origin actually malevolent to them? I don't think so. Is it indifferent to them? Possibly. But at the same time, it's, at least according to Shino, Origin gave her her power. Don't know why it would do that. Unless it somehow empathized with her situation. Yeah, Shino's backstory is, look, it's Ren level dark, okay? I don't know what to tell you. Ren's is probably darker, but barely. Let's just say severe, severe child abuse. Based on religion, and there you go. And I mean severe child abuse. You want to have nightmares? Jesus. Hey look, it's Tweedledee and Tweedledum. The Buddhas are human and manage to better. I guess so. I guess so. Mr. Confucianism, right? I don't know, there's a lot of... Most religions and stories tend to be evil. There are exceptions to that. I mean... Trails, obviously. Being the big exception. Unless they decide to randomly go that route later, but I don't think they will. They're a little sus at times, but they never seem evil or anything. They're always genuinely helpful in the end. You know what? I feel like dropping... the rice. Okay, come on. Ow, I need you to get your turn up here. Ow. Okay. Alright. Let's get the rice showdown. Oh, she asks, what is this? I heard Nani. I could pick up some phrases in Japanese. She's like, press the button! Did something like that. She says, yay! I did it! And I was like, what was that? Yeah, that's right. Kokoro has a doomsday device that sends giant rice things at the enemy and blows them up. The atomic warheads of rice. Look, I don't know what to tell you. It's Kokoro. She's a very strange girl. Alright, Hiyori, Mio. Do your thing. Yay, we did it. Leave. Are we done? No, we have to do Yuzu and Limes, don't we? They're the last one, though, right? God damn it, I forgot Yuki. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Yuki. She's awesome. Fine. The original trio. Let's go. Seems like it's a little darker in Yuki's version of Reina's Heartscape. Like it's a little darker, a little bit more depressed looking, which makes sense. I mean, you activate the whole thing with the stars and they light up. And of course they form a little heart because, you know, what's her little light there is Reina. Alright, let's go. Let's go take out Snake Man #2. He's back. On the plus side, I think Yuzu and Limes is just in the central area. Go get him, girls. That ought to knock him down. Or he can 1v1 Reina and die horribly. Oh. Or I can fail miserably. Oh, wow. I guess I used up all my skill for today. There we go. You can do it, Ryzen. Apparently I lost my ability to 1v1. Oops, that's not good. Oh, she lost her Maelstrom. Is he dead? Good, he's dead. Go get your fragment there, Yuki. Yuki's awesome. There's a smile. It's easily the best smile in the game. Look, I don't care what anybody says. Yuki's amazing. How could you not like Yuki? Alright, Hinako. Uh-oh. Well, there he is. Nah, will be simple enough. Should be no problem whatsoever. Once we transform.
思いの力見せてあげる。私に飛ぶ力も。強そうだけどみんなとなら私の出番だね。よし、私の番。やるよ。私の出番だね。次はいつでもいける。やっ、くらえ。
I'll probably use Hiyori and Reina for the final boss. Shiho in reserve. I mean, I could use Hiyori and Shio, but I'd rather use Hinako. Or not Hinako, Reina. Reina's my favorite character. There we go. I know your timing. It's also a little sound cue. You can hear a little whoosh sound or something. And that's the timing for this guy. When he like turns around, he's like a sound cue. Yuzu, Lime, get your fragment. Now, why these two share a fragment, I'm not sure. I'm guessing it's because they created the world together. So that's probably why. Like, Mio and Hiyori, it's obvious. It's because Mio, you know, kind of destroyed her fragment attacking Shino. Eventually went into the weird daze-like state that you do. And Hiyori found her and then gave her part of her fragment. Oh, right. We have to build a device to deliver everyone's origins. Everyone's origins? Everyone's emotion to origin. Yuki, what are you doing?
いやー、その入り口装置を作るにあたってゆうきちに協力してもらってるんだけどさ。
Okay.
確かにゆうきちゃんのフラグメントは微弱な糸が伸びている気がするんだけど。
You got a connection to origin?
これを装置に利用するにはちょっと弱いんだよね。
Oh, that's not good.
どうやってこのつながりを増幅しようかってゆずと話し合ってたところ。調べられています。
They're checking me out.
なるほど。
Oh, I see.
もうかれこれ1時間くらいこうしてるんだよ。私疲れちゃったよ。
Yeah, you'll get over it,
みん
Yuki.
なを助けるためなんだからも
It's
うちょっと我慢
hilarious.
して。もっと何かオリジンとのつながりを強められる。
Yeah, we gotta go connect to God somehow here.
つながりを強めるか。
Oh.
あるかも。つながりを
That's it, we can use the
強められるもの。
loot that we got ages ago.
ほら、前に消滅機構を倒したとき、
Yeah,
破片
yeah.
が学校に残ってたでしょ。
After we defeated the
あれを
AVG
装置の
there,
素材に組み込
we
めたら
we got a device from it. Yeah,
消滅機構。
I knew AVG was evil all
確かに
along.
あれは世界システムからの攻撃だから。ありかも。やってみよう。
Goddamn antivirus systems. Okay, yeah, no, seriously, that thing we got way back, we
それ
can
にしよう。
use.
頑張るよ。任したどの材料、どの材料を使う？よーし。
Got that back when we killed the first guy at the school. Was it after Hinako's headscape? I think so. But yeah, we make the origin gate. which
完成
I guess
したんだ。
we can go say hello to Origin.
はあ、長かっ
Took like 5 minutes.
た。お疲れ様。
Well, I guess collecting the fragments took a while, yeah.
そっか。
45 minutes
ま
apparently.
だゴールじゃないんだよね。
Yeah, we gotta go beat up God. And by beat him up, I mean, you know, talk to him and send emotions to him or something. Oh, you're gonna make me cry, aren't you?
ひなちゃん、
God damn it.
何？ゆずとライム、
Don't.
ひなちゃんに言わなきゃいけないことがあるんだ。
Why do you have to play this song?
ライムたちは顧問の番人。それはこの世界でも再構築後の世界でも変わらない。だから世界が再構築されたら、ライムたちは。待って、ひなちゃん。その先は言わなくていい。分かってた。今この時が奇跡なんだってことくらい。ひなこさん？ゆず、ライム？まさか。青、お願い。今だけさ、昔のままの3人でいさせて。ひなこさんがそう言うなら。ありがとう。大丈夫。たとえ記憶がなくなっても、2人との思い出は私の心の中で生き続ける。この思い出が私の心を温かく照らしてくれる。ほら、せっかくみんなで前を向いたんだから。それなら私は最後まで笑顔がいいな。うん、分かった。最後
God damn song.
か。
Those 3 girls are gonna kill me. God damn.
いよいよだね。
This is it. The final battle, I guess.
じゃ
After we talk to
あ
Uda.
改めて手順を説明するよ。この装置にみんなのフラグメントを捧げる。そして私たちの世界を再構築するっていう一
Right.
つの思いに集約させて、勇吉の力を借りて
Deliver it to
そ
Origin.
れをオリジンまで届ける。
And hopefully he'll reset the world in our image.
キララたちにできるのは祈り、信じることだけ。うん。容量は青チンの心トープを開いた時と同じ。けど今回思い浮かべるのは元の世界のこと。平和でなんてことない日常を過ごす自分たちの姿。それじゃあ始めるね。これは成功したの？いや、思いが
Nope.
送り届けられてない。
Didn't work.
そんな
Something's blocking it.
失敗した？私のせい？そうじゃない。道を開
Pathway's
くとこ
open.
ろまでは
It's
う
still
ま
not
くいって
working
る。
anyway.
思いがまだ一つになりきって
Their
な
own
い。
doubts then.
みんなの中に小さな迷いや葛藤、不安があって、一つの方向を向けていない。そのせいでオリジンまで思いが届かないんだ。迷い、葛藤、不安、ちゃんと決意したはずなのに。
I mean, we even did a whole DLC on this. Guess it wasn't enough.
自分の心を完璧にコントロールできる人はいない。ユズたちの中にだって多分そういう不安があるだろうから。
I mean, some of them are pretty obvious, right?
どうすればいいの？
I mean, Reina, Yuki, yeah.
それができれば
Even
話
Yuzu
は
and Lime
早い
probably
け
pretty
ど、
obvious if they're going through.
これは
Hinako.
心の問題だから。逆に言えば私たちが一つの方向を向ければ思いは届くかもしれない。そういうことだよね。それはそうかもしれないけど、
Good philosophy, Zero.
私の中にも迷いがある。きっと
I think everybody's capable of bettering themselves.
ねえユズ、ライム、今この中ってどういう状況なの？オリジンへ向けてユズたちの思いを捧げた。それが途中で止まっているような状況だから。道の途中で思いが滞留してしまっている、そんなイメージかな。なら私たちが直接中に
Correct the
入
flow
って
directly.
流れを正してあげることはできないかな。
Okay.
そんなことしたらユズたちもどうなるかわかんないよ。
How bad could it possibly be?
まあ今に始まったことじゃないって。
That's true.
それに
We literally took your heart out there, Al.
それを言われると弱い。私みんなのことをずっと見ててさ、こんなことで折れるみんなじゃないって知ってるんだ。きっとその迷いってのもかすかなもので、少し背中を押せればそれでいいと思う。だから最後の一押しやってみない？ライムは決めたよ。アオちゃんについてく。ママよ、ユズも覚悟決めるしかない。みんなもそれでいいのね。リーダー
I don't need everybody here.
ならそれを信じてついていくだけ。はい、チームは信頼関係が大事ですから。今までだってアオちゃんと一緒に頑張ってきた。これからだってそうだよ。ありがとう。縛っていこう。
Okay. Reina
はいはい。
and Hiyori and Shiho.
支援なら任せてください。
Also, now that we're finally in chapter 11, I believe we can trigger Uda's thing, right? Yeah.
星崎さん。少し
Yeah, we can finally finish Uda's spawning events, which we will do.
ウタさん、なんだか暗い顔してる。
Then we'll do the final dungeon, which isn't very long,
悩んでいること
especially since I don't plan to fight anything,
でも星崎さんにしか話せない気がして。
except for the bosses required.
話を聞いていただけますか？うん、もちろんだよ。
Sunflowers.
はい。ここで話すのが良いと思いまして。ウタさんにとってひまわりは
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
記憶。
I like this
ココロ
scene.
トープで見た通り、私は昔から人との共感が困難でした。
Yeah, I know you have.
記憶を取り戻すまで、このひまわり畑を見る
Now
たび
you
に
know why.
心に奇妙な揺らぎを感じました。私の過去にひまわり畑が深く関わっていたと知るまではなぜだろうと思っていました。おばあさんがウタさんのために植えたんだよね。はい。私がひまわりを好きなのだと勘違いして、よくひまわりの話をして、祖母は私の心を勝手に推し量っては見当違いな言葉をかけたり世話を焼いたり。ああ、あるあるだよね。うちの親もたまに口うるさいし、変な勘違いもよくあるしさ。お世辞で褒めたご飯を好物だとか思われて、しばらくそればっかになるとかね。
Sounds horrible.
あるあるですか。
Yeah, it's pretty normal.
でも私はそんな祖母のことを煩わしく思い、祖母の死まで訪ねることすら避けました。そして祖母の葬儀のために久々に家を訪れた時でした。祖母の家の周りには一面のひまわり畑ができていました。それじゃあココロトープで見たあのひまわり畑は。はい、元からあったものではありません。祖母が植えたものだったんです。そうだったんだ。おばあさんはきっとウタさんに喜んでもらいたくてひまわりを、あんなすごいひまわり畑にするまでどのくらい時間や手間がかかったんだろう。それだけたくさんウタさんのことを思ったんだろうな。でも私はあの景色を見た瞬間に、そして思い出すたびに心がざわつくんです。そしてこの感情の乱れの正体がずっと理解できないままでいるんです。私はこの気持ちが何なのか
Probably a lot of different things,
知りた
Uda.
い。おばあさんのウタさんへの思い、どうやったらウタさんに伝わるんだろう。今私が話しても多分伝わらない。ただの気持ちの押し付けになっちゃう気がする。どうすれば伝わるのかな。星崎さん、こんな話迷惑ですよね。こんな大事な話を私にしてくれて嬉しい。ウタさんが私を信頼してくれてるってそんな気がするから、いつかその気持ちの正体きっと見つかるよ。私も絶対に力になるからさ。星崎さん、
Sure, you'll learn what it is one
あ
day.
りがとうございます。
Uda's genuinely happy with that answer. It's probably the first time somebody told her
適当な答えしか
it's
返
okay
せない
not to
なん
know,
て
right? But Al feels terrible.
情けないな私。
She thinks she gave her a bad answer when she didn't. What is it, Uda? Sounds like someone's playing music with a PA system. The music playing faintly in the background feels classy. Oh, I guess we have a thing to build. Okay. Uda, do you prefer listening to music over the speakers? Or are you more the headphones kind of girl? Headphones. I'd say I want to make the intricacies of music. I get that playing music over the speakers might bother the people around you. The speakers have this special oomph to them that's hard to pass up. Makes me wonder, have you ever been to a concert, Uda? Have I? Unfortunately, I don't believe I have. That is unfortunate. When we get back to our world, you'll definitely get to see one. You can feel music in your whole body, the beat thumping in your chest, pounding in your head. Is that fun? And I'm not really good with crowds. No kidding. In that case, why don't you try getting used to it now so that you're already ready to go when we go back. Yeah, I think I'd enjoy it if I were with you, Al. Alright, let's build a concert venue then. Okay. What do we need to build a concert venue? We're going to use musical instruments. Suppose we need speakers. Speakers, I guess I can't just borrow those from the broadcasting room. Remember seeing some that resembled a broken speaker in my hardscape. Seriously, I wonder if we can fix that. Okay. That is... It's unexpected. And we do not have speakers. In fact, I have to go into Uda's hardscape and grab that. Oops, I should have gone into that location then. And I probably have to build that in order to trigger Uda's thing. So we'll do that real quick. Let's see. That's a Hiyori and Mio memory for some reason. I don't know why that triggered. Ow, why are you like a little weird there with holding the wheel? That was odd. I should have gone in to grab the speakers. That's why that opened up. I don't know why that is like that. Usually those are for, like, disguised loading screens, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case there, so... I don't know. Got me on that one. I think they're up here. If I'm not mistaken. Yep. I'll get my drop rate at this point. Been to like a couple concerts. Not many though. Well, I've been to what? Half a dozen, I'd say. Okay. That almost certainly triggered a couple of dates, right? Fortunately, it didn't trigger a date for Shiho. That sucks. What concert? Don't worry about that. Just head to the concert venue. Alright, will do. It's Yuki. When is she not having fun? Well, okay, look. Apart from those things, she's usually having fun. Who can blame her, really? Yeah, I have this dance out. Since you asked so nicely. It's amazing.
いいね。はあ。いいね。
That's true.
そうだな。本当？
A pop star? You mean an idol? Yeah, that's a weird localization for
絶対
idol.
また誘ってね。
Aw. Wasn't enough to finish Yuki.
私、行きたいところがある。
Right. We have some of these now. Today's dessert's gonna be cream puffs? Okay.
よし。
You'll get in trouble again. It doesn't make any sense.
どう？
It's just shoved in her mouth. Oh, amazing, Al. It's delicious. How can you not ship the two? It's criminal not to ship these two. What are we doing? Oh, there we go. Signs that tell you not to do something just make you want to do it even more. I mean, you're not wrong.
それは。
Uda? What the hell are you doing, Uda? Did you just blow on her ear? Oh my god. You probably taught her something you shouldn't have. No, that's correct. Jesus Christ. What have you unleashed on this world? This is the roof. Where's the sun? There it is. Hey, Carrara. Shark. Not afraid of the shark?
それは。
It's not a real shark. She's actually thinking.
そうですね。
Okay, that makes sense that that would scare her.
ウタさん。
Probably that isolation feeling.
それは。
Last date.
いいね。
Sure.
なるほど。
Don't have to practice in my daydreams. I mean, I guess you're not wrong, Al.
どう？好きです。そうですね。
That would make sense. If I had known you back then yeah.
そうだな。
Uda would have turned out a lot different. Yes, it is a weird cultural taboo thing in Japan. I don't know why, even though anime's made there. Why that's an actual thing is beyond me. Of course, I don't get judging someone for their hobbies to begin with.
ですが、
But yeah, Uda totally would have turned out differently. She had Ao around.
そうだ。そうだな。ですが、
Don't know, huh?
よし。
I don't even look around.
ですが、
Because you're like awesome, Uda.
はい。
There we go.
星崎さん、中庭に行きませんか？うん、いいよ、行こう。この間は話を聞いてくださってありがとうございます。私何もできなかったし。いいえ、きちんと話した方がいいという星崎さんの言葉通りでした。
Shouldn't bottle
言
stuff
葉
up.
にして気持ちを話したら、少しだけですが自分の感情に向き合えるような気がしたんです。そっか、よかった。私ちょっとはウタさんの役に立てたんだ。それでお願いがあるんです。また手をつないでもいいですか？まさかまた私の反応を見てみたいとか？
No, Brady just wants to hold your hand.
いえ、ただ星崎さんとまた手をつないでみたくなったんです。そっか、うん、いいよ。暖かいです。ウタさんはいつも通りの顔をしてるけど、きっとひまわり畑のことをずっと考えてるよね。私、ウタさんにどうしたらおばあさんの気持ちを分かってもらえるかわからない。ウタさんが感じる心のざわつきの答えもまだ見つかってない。ウタさんはあの一面のひまわり畑を見てどんな風に感じたんだろう。今の歌さんはどんな
She's probably pretty happy now. At least I would think so.
ざわついてるんだろう。
Or content. She looks happy.
歌さんは
Food is
壊
not
れてなん
broken.
かない。
No, she is
ちゃん
not
と
broken.
心も感情も持ってる人だ。
Even though she believed herself to be.
昔はただ誰も話を聞いてくれなくて。
Al's the first person to ever try to actually understand her. Made an actual effort.
最近歌さ んのことばっか考えてる？
Gee, I wonder why, Al. I can't quite tell.
ウタさん、どうしたの？今何を考えていたんですか？
Oh, you know, just crushing hard.
あ、ごめん。新規臭い顔してたかな。なんだか物思いにふけっちゃってた。最近星崎さんとこうして手をつないでいると
It's both
不思議な
ways.
気持ちになります。こうして手をつなぐたびに星崎さんのことを知りたくなるんです。だからでしょうか。悲しそうな顔をしている星崎さんが考えていることを尋ねてしまいました。私が悲しそうな顔をしてたから。
Yeah, she wants to help you, just like you help her.
気持ちを知りたくなった。それってウタさんは、もしかしたら心配かけちゃってごめんね。私は星崎さんを心配していたんです。
I mean, yeah.
本当のことはわからないけど、でも思いついたことがあるんだ。ウタさんの心トープに
Yeah,
一緒に
go
行こ
into
う。
your hardscape.
目的地はと行きましょう。
It's always the final layer. Why am I gathering that? I don't need to grab that. I don't need to grab anything. Let's just go. Gotta get into the final dungeon. Go around the mini-boss. Why bother fighting it? Certainly no point to that. Can't level up, so there's no money in this game either, so. Oh yeah, I suppose there is no money in this game, huh? But hardly noticed with the crafting system, so. A lot of games that don't have money, I tend not to like that aspect of them. I don't really care at all here. Shows how nice and easy the crafting system is, I guess. And intuitive. I mean, there's so many different items that, you know, do similar things that can be upgraded. It's a cool system. I mean, I think it is. Alright. Let's go get one more thing for Uta. If I cannot die through this scene. Look, she's like one of my favorite characters, okay?
一緒に見てみよう。私の記憶のかけら。またひどいものを見せてしまうかもしれません。大丈夫。どんなものを見たって私は一緒にいるから。はい。わけわからない。
I don't understand.
おばあちゃんはね、ずっとこれをあなたに見てほしかったのよ。きっとあなたの心に残るからって。
やっぱりわけわからない。
式の日の記憶。母は一面のひまわり畑を私に示して、私にこう言ったんです。でも私には全く理解できなくて。
こうしてウタさんの心に存在してるってことは、きっと何かが心に残ったんだと思うんだ。
わかりません。
ね、よく見てみて。このひまわり畑ってすごく広いよね。きっとここまで大きくするのってすごく時間もかかったし、大変だったと思うんだ。
それはそうだと思います。
おばあさんはウタさんに喜んでもらいたくて、ウタさんを思いながら畑を作っていったんだよ。
He truly loved Uta.
でもひまわりが好きだというのは祖母の勘違いでした。
うん、勘違いかもしれない。でもさ、おばあさんはウタさんが大好きだったんだよ。ウタさんがこれを見て笑って幸せになってほしいって思ってたんだと思うんだ。
笑って幸せに。
おばあさんのこと嫌いなままでもいいからさ、その思いは理解してあげてほしいな。
分かったことがあります。
何？
What's that?
星崎さんの
Your
手
hand is
は
warm.
温かいということです。こうしてつなぐと私の心を騒がしく不思議な気持ちにしてくれる、そんな手です。ひまわり畑みたいです。
つまり？
大丈夫です。わけわからない。大丈夫。いつかわかるから。
Someday I will. She can finally cope with her
やっぱりひまわ
mental
り
condition.
畑と同じ。今感じている思いがあなたから伝わってきたものなのか、自分から生まれたものなのか、それは私には分かりません。でもあなたから伝わってきたものなら嬉しいです。
Good reference to the library scene.
どんな思い？
Love.
自分で言ったじゃないですか。
ちゃんと分か
Oh,
って
must
ない
have
けど。
forgotten. Doesn't realize she's,
Utasan ga
she's
wahate
referencing the
kara
library scene. Feeling of love will just appear one day. You'll understand it.
あったかいね。
Yeah.
はい、
All the colors disappear. I'm just not as confused anymore. I mean, obviously, her condition is permanent, but she can now at least begin to cope and heal. It's a good arc. I really like Uda a lot. Must be Uda. Has to learn something.
よし。どうでしょうか。
I guess I finished all of her stuff. Alright. What are the fragments that I just got? That one could be useful. Will not activate when gear is at 1. Okay, that's interesting. Pretty useless at this point in the game, but, you know. Yeah. I love Uda and Ao's relationship. Uda finally having someone that actually bothered to try to understand and reach out. And genuinely, like, listen. Final dungeon.
ここは空間がある。オリジンに捧げた思い、それがうまく届かず滞留して空間になってるんだ。
So you like clocks, right? Yeah. Yeah. Origin.
一言で言い表すとすれば、ここはみんなの心
I guess everyone's Heartscape. What do you mean you're falling asleep?
心と
Oh, wake up. You gotta watch the ending.
あれが私たちの心の歪みが形を成した姿。
Can't
あれ
fall
を
asleep.
通しながら
It's not allowed.
この世界にあるはずのみんなの思いを探す。心と
Alright,
ってことなら
yeah.
話は早い
Seriously,
よ。そうだね。みんなの心トープもすごかったし。
心トープに来たらまずは歩き回る。慣れたもんだよ。
Okay, I guess.
頼りになるな、探索班。
But I took melatonin.
行こう。みんなの思いを探しに。
Okay. Okay, so here we are. Alright, this is Kokoro's.
心台座に触れてみて。そうすればきっ
Yep.
と自分の
Face your own
思いと向き合える
emotions.
から。
Alright, go to bed. It's fine.
あなたは私？
Kokoro.
教えて。私は何を不安に思ってるの？
What's blocking it?
本当に成功するの？それにこの世界での記憶がなくなったらもうみんなと会えなくなっちゃうんじゃないの？それが不安なんだね。思い出してこれまでのことを。この世界でたくさんの時間を過ごして 私たちは強くなった。私とみんなのつながりはそう簡単に切れ
Hinako
たり
remembered
し
Yuzu and Lime, right?
だから大丈夫。
If Hinako can, I don't see why the others can't.
本当に。
Well, Kokoro just fixed her emotions, or guided them forward.
最後の一押し
One last
してき
push.
たのです。
Makes sense.
これが心の思い。なんだか温かい光だね。
Oh, we got a message. Kokoro Utsubo has left the group, and her picture is indeed gone. She is out of the group message now.
心がグループを抜けた？なんで突然？この雫世界から抜け出して
Ready to leave Oasis?
思いをオリジンに届ける準備ができた。
So this is interesting.
合図なのかもしれないね。
The phone itself just, or this just got removed without
なんだ
us
かちょっ
doing
と
anything.
寂しい気もするな。じゃあこうしてみんなのフラグメントを探して。
Suppose you could take that as evidence that Origin may not necessarily be malevolent, or even indifferent. It actually could be sympathetic,
今度こそ
but who
最
knows?
後の正念場みたいだね。
It's all Lovecraftian. So yeah, we have to go to all these flags. It's basically all there is to the dungeon. Not much.
当たって砕けろ。あれ、砕けちゃダメか。
I guess we gotta fight an enemy.
特別はここに。思いの力見せてあげる。
ここからが本番。
よし、いつでも行ける。
見せてあげる。
Talk about falling asleep.
私のよし、いつでも行ける。
行ってやる。
よいしょ。いつでも行ける。やだ。
The power of Mountain Dew and farming is keeping you up.
私の出
Nice.
番だね。どう？よいしょ。
Oh, that's good, I guess. Yeah, see a bunch of sands. I mean, the plan is to beat the game, so. And it's not particularly long. I'm thinking maybe an hour. And that's probably a maybe. Yeah, so this dungeon's gimmick is that center switch, basically. You just use that to cycle some things, and there you go. I forgot that there was Final Dungeon music. It's alright. I hope you like Alice ass, because we're going to be staring at it for a while here. There you go. Alright, nope. I'm gonna run. Wanna get out of here. I want credits. Ah, Hinako. I don't remember which flag represents which. It's not it's not like a set order. It's each flag is a specific character.
私は二人のい
Of
ない
course.
世界でいいの？
Do I want to live in a world without Yuzu and Lime?
この世界を離れれば、ユズとライムには
Man, poor
きっとも
Hinako.
う会えないのに。
She literally has to go through the same thing again.
それでも本当に
She has to lose them again.
私の答えは変わらない。
But she is stronger now.
離れていても会えなくても
She knows that
私
her
たちは
connection is
つ
strong
なが
enough
って
that
る。
she won't ever forget them.
だから私は
What?
前を向くことに決めた。
That's gotta suck.
弱いな、私も。あんなこと言っておいて、やっぱりまだ悩んでるんだ。でも、
It's time to say goodbye.
もうさよならにしよう。
Hinako Shirai has left the group. Oh god. Yep. Okay. Let's teleport out of here. Oh, does that take us? Yeah, okay. That is a problem. When you leave it, the dungeon, it takes you there. Which kind of sucks. But that's okay. We can't activate it from the wheel. I'm guessing the level 45 recommendation for OWS Heartscape is actually the level recommendation for this this place. I forget how many combinations of switches this is. Yeah, it'll work. Haven't had a Mountain Dew in a while. I tend not to drink soda that much. Oh shit, I hate this one. For some reason you can't cross that one, even though it looks like you should be able to. Look, the clocks have a bit of an invisible wall on them. It's kind of annoying. This is a cool final dungeon, but... you know, there's not much to it. Which is fine. Let's see. Get this one first. Have to fight this guy, sadly.
特別をここに。思いの力見せてあげる。
ここからが本番。
I mean, Reina's definitely worse than Shiho, but
すごい気配。
I
気を引き締めていこう。
like Reina's character, so I want to use her.
準備よし。
言ってやる。
Come on, 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 come on.
カゴン準備よし。
攻め時。いけ。
Got it.
準備よし。
攻め時ね。
そこいける。えいくらえ。
Yeah, if we beat the game today, we can start the Death Wish playthrough tomorrow. Hope you like level grinding, because that's what we'll be doing initially. I mean, we'll explore the dungeon, but I'll have to do a lot of grinding. This guy has a decent amount of health.
私のサポートします。いつでもいける。
There we go. Not too many mini-bosses, but there are a few around.
楽勝楽勝。負ける気がしないよ。
Alright, yeah. Is that Hiyori? Wow, I'm surprised Hiyori's lifting that up. I'm assuming they can do that because they're reflector powers. Reina, okay. It's gonna be around Yuki, yep. A world with no Ash. How do Yuki and Reina meet? Do they meet? I would like to think that they would still meet. Because of how strong their connection is. Not to mention, I do believe that they're soulmates.
でも違う。私とユキが出会えない。そんな不安はもう捨てる。絶対に会う。作戦も絶対に成功する。だから私が選ぶ道はここだ。あまり私とユキを舐めるなよ。
Awesome. Reina Miyachi has left the group. There you go. Okay. Go up here. Leads us right to one there. Kirara time. Okay, yeah. She has direct contact with some sort of god, so yeah, this makes sense.
とはそんな簡単な存在ではないと分かってる。分かった上でそれでもやる。
Right.
キララはみんなに会いたい。この世界のみんな、元の世界のみんな、全員と新しい世界に行く。
Kirara Kuno has left the group. Now we get a nice drop here. It's a decently well-designed dungeon as far as it loops in on itself. Let's see. Got on the ones on the left side. No, we didn't. Actually. I still have to go get that. Right, we have to go up here next. Fight another mini boss. Which, you know, not Snake Man, of course. Yeah, you do fight a lot of the same mini bosses over and over again. I'm far more forgiving of it in this game, given the budget. Not to mention this game's actually really, really good, so I excuse things more often when the game is really good.
ここからが本番
At least I think it was really
強
good.
そうだけどみんなとならよし私の番準備よし
見せてあげる
ここ
Transform.
私の出番だねよし私
Or
よいしょ
not transform, gear up. I mean. Ah.
私の出番だねどう動こう準備よしさあどう動こう
No. Oh, crap. Well,
いつでもいける
so much for that.
よいしょ
Hit the wrong button. I'm gonna lose our combo now.
いつでもやっ
見せてあげるはっこんだけ
Wow, really?
よしいつでもいけよいしょさあドカゴンサポートします
Really?
どう動こういつでもいけ
I
る
didn't expect that to kill. Wow, this guy is spamming the crap out of his big skill. I'm kind of surprised.
ワンタッチいつでもいける任せてくださいこの力でみんなを守る
But he's dead. I would have just done a rattan basket, but I was lazy.
大勝利やったね
But I guess I'll have to throw one now.
助かったよ
Who's over here? Shiho.
捨てるんですか元の世界で過ごした日々大切な仲間そしてリーダーさんのこと世界を再構築する本当にそれでいいんですか
I don't know who her leader was. Might be something in the cell phone game.
新しい世界の私たちが過ごすのは思い出の景色とは少し違うかもしれないでも本当に大切なものはなくならない
I mean, theoretically, it would be a peaceful world, right?
私の心の中に残ってるから
If there's no, Saphira or Ash.
私
So there'd probably be no need for reflectors.
新しい世界に持っていきます
No need for reflectors, and Shio would have no team.
心配しないで私もみんなも
But she might still meet them because she had a strong bond with them. Even if they can't transform, they still have like that emotional bond. At least that's what happened with Hinako. Shiho Kasuga. What the hell is your last name? Kasuga? Left the group. Shiho Kasuga has left the group. Yeah, right. Okay. I think it's Kasuga. Yeah, I figure. Let's just wrap up. Let's just get to the end. I mean, why drag it out when we're already max level? If you weren't max level coming into this place, this area gives a ton of experience. All the enemies are like 45 plus. I mean, or mid-high 40s.
よいしょっと
Plus, they're easier enemies than Ryza. Those are some... Yeah, you get a ton of sands from, like, the chests here. Should be, yeah, okay, we want to go to this one first. Be efficient with this here. But yeah, there are treasure chests that have a bunch of sands in them, but I'm not going to go for them. Hirahara sisters, Iori and Mio.
ウタちゃんは敵だよ。みんなをどれだけ
She
苦し
ain't
めた
that
の
same
か
girl.
思い出して。
She's different now.
あの駒川ウタの情報を鵜呑みにしている。
Makes sense that they would have inner doubts about her.
もしかしたら騙されているかもしれない。
Subconsciously, anyway.
全部嘘で、ウタが自分の理想のために私たちを騙そうとしているのかも。
She's not that girl anymore.
過去ばかり見ていても私たちは前に進めないよ。
確かに過去は変わらない。でも私たちは
Yes.
今の歌を見ている。
Help. Yeah. Okay.
そして
I don't know
未
what to tell
来に
you.
進むんだよ。
Thanks. You got her in here now.
みんなで
She's whining. Hiyori Hirahara and Mio Hirahara have left the group. Okay, it's a little ridiculous. But sure. Almost there. Let's go, Shiho. Guess we'll go up here. One more of this idiot. I think he's the last mini boss we have to fight here. Oh, we actually got him. We killed him at the same time we broke his shields. That's funny. Should be only a couple more. 3 more? 3 more, yeah. Uta. I love this one with Uta.
ねえ、今私たち
Psycho
は
Uta.
理想の世界を作るって強く思えば
I love this scene.
そうなるかもしれないと思わない？面白いことを考えていますね。
It's not a bad idea.
でしょ？
I knew I'd see things my way. It's awesome. Fill the world overflowing with love, dreams, and kindness. All the other things I used to hate. That's awesome. Psycho is responsive. Well, better not screw it up then. It's like, well, we're the same. Uta Komogawa has left the group. Probably a good idea to... yeah, back to the beginning. I pretty much like doing 3 trips. Because now we have to take the right side. It's pretty much 3 paths that you have to take. This is the most annoying path, though. Because I need to figure out which way to move the switch, and I don't quite remember. I think it's probably that. Trust me, it moves these ones too, even though it doesn't show that it does. It does. This looks like it's correct. It is correct. You'll know it's wrong because you won't be able to walk on this. It'll be slightly too far. Okay, I guess technically there's 4 paths, but I'm just going to backtrack and get the other one. Yuzu in line? Yuzu in line. Who are we missing? Yuki, oddly enough. Oh, I guess Ao, right?
いつまでこの世界が持つかはわかんないけど、みんなと一緒にいられる。あおちゃん、こころちゃん、ゆうきちゃん、れなちゃん、しほちん、キララ、うたちん、ひより、みよみよ。みんなで一緒にいたら絶対楽しいよ。そうだよ。ずっとここにいようよ。
Don't want to be alone.
寂しいのはもうやだよ。
Of course, that would be what they're afraid of.
ひなちゃん。ライム、寂しい？
So that Hina-chan game.
寂しいよ。もうみんなに会えないなんて。でもユズがいる。うん。ユズにもライムがいる。
Yuzu, Shijo, and Lime Shijo have left the group. And Yuzu and Lime get me pretty bad. Okay. That's usually the last one I get. Because getting up to this section is a pain in the ass. Jump down. Goddamn. This game likes emotional gut punches. series is. Yeah, this is where we're going.
よいしょっと。
And we'll probably leave and re-enter again once we get this. And then it's just a straight shot to the end of the game?
せーの。
Oh, right, this. Sweet. I guess I have to go down the ladder? Yeah. That makes
よい
sense.
しょっと。
Oh, there is one more mini boss. Okay. Forgot about this idiot. Well, whatever. We'll kill him in a minute here. Of course, this is the last flag, and still 2 people in the group.
思いの力見せてあげる。
ここからが本番。
私だって負けません。どういうこと？
言ってやる。
私の出番だね。ここ。
Wow, what is going on today with all these charging attacks?
私の出番だね。
攻め時ね。いけ。
Eh, whatever.
いつでもいける。カゴ。
Ow.
見せてあげ。そこ。
準備よや。いつでもいけ。
Alright.
今なら。
Oh, crap.
遅い。
One final 1v1.
死神に祝福を、弱き者に覚悟を。この鎌で全てを刈り取る。
Die.
楽勝楽勝。負ける気がしないよ。 自分が特例中の特例でここにいること
Yuki, of
分かっ
course.
てる？私は死んでる
Dead,
の。
yeah.
みんなとレナと一
Does
緒
the
に
new
いられる
world
こと
have a
自体が
place for somebody
奇跡
that
なのね。
already died?
それなのに
And even if she
これ以
does,
上
will
の
she
奇
be
跡
with
が起
Reina
こると
again?
思う？おとなしく死んどけばこんなことにも悩まずに済んだのに。
Yeah, but you wouldn't have been able to be with the girl you love.
きついなあ、私の性格。もっと他にかける言葉あるでしょ。いいか、よく聞けよ私。
Okay, me, listen up.
死んでないから悩めるんだ。生き
Being
てる
able
か
to
ら
worry
苦
is
しめるんだ。
proof that I'm alive. Suffering is a part of life.
たまには逃げたっていい。でも今はダメだ。私はこの不安も全
Time
部
to
飲み
run
込ん
away
で
anymore.
未来に行く。
Yuki, you're amazing.
見てろよ。私を蘇らせたこと後悔させてやる。
Yuki Kenjo has left the group. Well, it just leaves Ao Hoshizaki. And the pathway is finally open. Oh, it teleports us over there. Okay. Oh, right. I guess there is a mini boss. A unique mini boss, actually, huh? I don't think we fought this guy before. I mean, he's still pretty easy, but I mean, everything is at this point. Except for that DLC thing.
ここからが本番。
強そうだけどみんなとならいつでもいける。準備よし。
行ってやる。
You already stopped.
見せてあげる。
Eh.
言ってやる。
よしいつでもいけ。
見せてあげる。はっ。華麗に優雅に大胆に。
よし今のうちに畳みかけよう。切り刻む。よしいつでもいける。ここは任せて。
How she combines the swords like that.
ここだ。ここ。はっここ。これが私の全力全開。吹き飛べ。大勝利。やったね。
Sweet. Alright, let's go to the final boss. Oh, we're in the heart. I should be able to destroy this. I should have a star whatever thing. I do. Which for some reason is a basketball, by the way. I don't know why. But it creates a shortcut. Otherwise you have to go, well, around. I guess there are new items here, but who cares? Is there one more mini boss around? I don't remember. It appears there is indeed a boss before the end. And we will have to find it. Another palette swap.
特別をここに。思いの力見せてあげる。
ここからが本番。
めっちゃ強そうじゃない。
That would be fine.
よしいつでもいけ。
見せてあげる。はっ。
いつでもいける。準備よし。
言ってやる。
私の出番だね。
見せてあげる。はっ。
ドーン。
こんだけ。
どう動こう。カゴ。
てあげる。
よし、いつでも行ける。よいしょ。
You want to fight 1v1?
見える。やあ、
まだまだいけるでしょ。
遅い。
Oh wow, that
まだまだいけるでしょ。
this guy has a different timing than the other one.
まだまだいけるでしょ。
元気なストーケー。
That didn't work out so well.
私の番。くらえ。
やってやる。
私の出番だね。サポートします。準備よし。いつでもいける。よいしょ。
There we go.
大勝利。やったね。 助かる。
Might as well save. Creepy ass final dungeon area music. There's nothing much over there. I mean, you could crawl over there, but why? Maybe on second playthrough I'll look at it on more, but I want to finish the game. Yep, point of no return. Well, there it is. Whatever it is we're looking for. I love this song too.
あれ、行き止まり？
Yeah, we
ここが
have.
最深部ってこと？
何あれ。なんだかすごくおぞましいもののような。もしかしたらあれがライムたちの
Yes,
思
it could
い
be.
が届かない元凶なのかもしれない。
一体何なの？
調べてくるよ。
Alright, now.
ちょっと危ないよ。少し触るだけだって。こういうのはリーダーに任せて。
I mean, we never talked to your shadow or emotional blockage or whatever. Or maybe we're gonna no fragment.
これ私が元凶ってこと？
Oh, well, there it is.
あなたは何者？
I like this. Who are you? We found the answer?
なるほど。私ってことか。
Now the answer is
この世界でいろんな人と出会った。いろんな思いをもらって絆を得た。すべて
yeah.
私だけの
Special things is the kind of connection she made
私だ
here.
けの宝物。だから
She doesn't care about being special anymore.
私は星崎青。
Love that answer. She's just
他
out.
の何者でもない。きっとそれでいいんだ。
Doesn't need to be special anymore.
でもそうして得たものすべてをあなたは捨てることになる。
Of course. She'll lose everything, right?
オリジンに思いを届けて作る世界。それはあの子たちが望む元の場所に似た世界。 そしてそれは同時にあなたがいた世界でもある。
Yeah, so if you haven't figured it out yet, Ao is indeed a time traveler. Mio was correct. However, not in the way she thought. Ao is not from the past, she's from the future. She's from the new world. So they succeed.
なら悩む必要なんてないじゃん。みんなで私の暮らした世界に行けるなら。あなたはみんなに出会えない。
Yeah. There is a problem with that.
生まれ直したあなたはあなたが知っている通りの人生を送る。普通に生まれて普通に成長して普通に学生になって、そしてまた
Yeah, the irony is, Ao is special. Yep. So yeah, Ao is in a personal time loop. She is responsible for creating the new world in essence. And she'll be doing this for eternity. To save all of her friends. Oh yeah, how do you know this, by the way? Well... Yeah. Because that is first Lu Bao. That interacted with Origin, or the world system, or both. Debatable, but yeah. So, Origin is the one that clearly she got her power from. Which makes sense given the fact that the little portal she summons for her power is the same portal that Shino gets her power from in the anime. It looks identical. And Shino's power also came from Origin. They don't exactly explain how first Lu Bao came to Oasis the first time. Given who sent the text message to Ao. Of course, at this point, Ao doesn't care about anybody but her friends, so... She'll do this as many times as she wants. Or needs to. Why Origin or the world system or whatever would send Ao here originally? That's open to your interpretation. And yeah, I know that's kind of a paradox, but you just have to accept it for the plot to work. The whole world is basically like a computer system. I met the final boss. Nice. She's not wrong. Yep. all be over.
みんなついてきてくれる？もちろん。
勝つんでしょあれに。
勝ってオリジンに思いを届けて新しい世界に行く。私たちならできるよ。
はい、みんながいればきっと大丈夫です。みんな、前にも
So that would explain. Okay, yeah, she's remembering from first loop.
悩んでる場合
So that explains why she had a nostalgic feeling when she saw the origin thing in her
大切な
heartscape.
日常を守るために
She's retaining memories subconsciously from the previous loop.
ねえみんな、最高の夏休みだったと思わない？
Even if she doesn't actively remember them, they're still there.
この世界での暮らし、すっごく楽しかった。まるで毎日が夏休みみたいだったなって。でもそれももう
But yeah, I'm assuming the first loop started with Origin directly sending her here.
学校でまたみんなと会うためにやろうみんな。
Now,
私たち
why would it do that?
できない
It's a
こと
god
なん
you
て
can't understand.
何もない。
It's Lovecraftian. You have to just accept.
私たちの
It's beyond human understanding. That's what they went with.
終わらせよう。私たちの
If I had to speculate,
夏休みを
based on giving Sheena power, I would argue that it's probably more sympathetic than malevolent to them. But it could also be indifferent. It could just be
特別を
testing them or whatnot. There's a million different explanations. And there's evidence for a lot of them, so pick whatever you want.
ここからが本番。
Origin's like the biggest mystery in the series and franchise.
私たちの意地を見せてやろう。
Enjoy this kick-ass song, by the way, as we fight.
負けるわけには
What's this guy called? The System.
油断しないで。
いつでもいける。
一筋縄に
Remember how I said all the bosses in the game were not as good as or epic as the bosses in Blue Reflection? Yeah, well,
いつでもいける。
this is where they went all out with the boss, so this is the exception.
これを使うよ。準備よし。
言ってやる。そこ。いっけ
いつでもいける。
Oh crap.
準備よし。くらえ。私の出番だね。はい。この輝きをみんなに届け。
Got it. Nice, Hiyori.
攻め時ね。
I don't think you can knock this thing down.
私もいける。
If you can, I don't know if I'd want to. Okay. You can.
今ここに解き放て。
I don't think I've ever 1v1'd this thing. But I guess we're about to.
よいしょ。
見えてる。 来るなら極めて。
Oh, yeah.
そこ。
That's,
そこ。大丈夫ですか。来るなら。
oh. I have no idea what the timing is on this thing.
来るなら。
Wow, yeah, I have no idea. I've never 1v1'd this thing.
来るなら。極めて。
Nope. No idea.
私の出番だね。
攻め時ね。攻め時ね。いけ。 そう簡単には終わらせてくれないってわけか。
こりゃ相当怒ってるね。望むところだよ。こっちだって怒ってるんだ。
Final boss.
すごい気配。
For real.
気を引き締めていこう。
よし、私の番。
The one who desires the end.
私の出番だね。
It's a pretty kick-ass final boss theme.
私
I mean, he's easy, but it's epic.
それを使うよ。
Oh, I got stopped or something.
いつでもいける。よし、いつでもいける。よし、私の番。カゴン。サポートします。いつでもいける。くらえ。よいしょ。
礼に優雅に大胆に。
よし、今のうちに畳みかけよう。よし、私の番。準備よし。くらえ。
Guess I haven't 1v1 this guy much either.
ここは任せて。ここだ。
Oh, but that wasn't bad.
まだまだいけるでしょ。
No.
まだまだいけるでしょ。
まだ私は前に進める。これが思いの力だよ。
すごい気配。気を引き締めていこう。
よし、いつでもいける。
The one who severs emotion. Uh-oh.
攻め時ね。
よし、私の番。カゴン。
That wasn't much at all.
いつでもいける。
Yeah, I mean, he's totally easy. He's total pushover, but the fight itself feels epic.
攻め時ね。
And that's enough for me. Ow! That actually knocked me back.
私の番。
Didn't like
見せてあ
that.
げる。
終わりだ。準備よし。
You 1v1ing? Yes.
ここ。来るか来た。よいしょ。よっと。よっ。
まだまだいけるでしょ。
来るかな。
まだまだいけるでしょ。
よいしょ。
Oh boy.
おっそーけ。カゴン。
Oh crap. Yeah, 1v1ing this guy is not easy.
攻め時ね。
His animations are hard to tell on the timing. Even for me, who've played the game 3 times. Final boss.
私の出番だね。
It's the demon that guards the system, from what I understand.
私の出番だね。
That's about the only explanation I've got on him.
やる。
私。 くらえ。
やめて。
That didn't do it? Crap.
切り刻む私の出番だね
見せてあげる
There we go. Well, now you just pissed him off. Yeah, 3 phases, like all good final bosses. I guess technically 4, because we had to fight the system first. This is pretty awesome, though.
諦めちゃダメ最後まで戦うんだ私たちも戦えたら見てることしかできない
何かできることがあるはずです。
そうねできることはある
Pop the Grand Seal.
強そうだけどみんなとなら
Uh-oh.
いつでもいける覚悟
What's he called now? The World. Okay, granted we didn't have a combo to protect, so I don't even know why. Well, I guess I did damage reduction.
これを使うよ
見せてあげる
Alright, something should happen here.
いつでもいける私の番
Ow. A lot of effects.
お願い
Ah, here we go. Yuki's about to do it.
準備よし
Come on, Yuki.
見せてあげる
よいしょ
There we go.
お願いみんなに力を元気出して負けるな
Nice reference to the first game.
いつでもいける
We get unique buffs for this fight. Permanent HP regen,
よし私の番
courtesy of Yuki.
くらえ私の出番だね
Yeah, this fight feels awesome. It's easy, but it's awesome.
私も力
Nice reference to the first game. What do you got for us, Uda?
どういうこと終わりだ
私も力になります。この思いは鋭き刃に。
What did she do? Defense boost permanent, okay.
どういうこと
Yeah, at that point, fight's over. I mean, he's got no chance of really damaging us much now.
思いを力に
Yeah, Mia's gonna help us out. Oh, that actually hurt. I mean, relatively speaking.
よしワッツさんどういうこと
Oh, Fiori's just sitting on 5.
見せてあげる
私の出番だね
I don't want to use the super move because I don't want to kill him before I get all the support skills off. Sadly, Yuzu and Lime don't have one,
力に
but you could accidentally kill him before Kirara does her thing.
私があなたたちを守る
Let's see. Attack boost permanent. Awesome. Nope, don't do that.
よいしょよいしょ キララの思いを
Yeah, I need to hold off or he's gonna die. It's pretty easy to actually kill him before Kirara, or even Mio, frankly. But I like you getting them all. Oh, you're gonna 1v1 me? Okay, well I need to not kill you then. Ow. Man, even timing his dodge is somewhat difficult.
元気なお裾分け見えてる準備よし見せてあげるほら
Come on, Kirara, get your thing off.
ほら頑張って
There it is.
キララの思いをみんなに力よ集まれほら頑張って
What do you do? Ether recovery speed. Ah, yeah, it's speed up, which is just nuts.
私の番
Go ahead and finish him.
切り刻み食いちぎれ
Yeah, Yuzu and Lime don't have one.
これでとどめ
Did we get him?
少し動けない レナさん何を
これしかないでしょ私たちが勝つ方法
みんな私たちの思いのすべてをあおちゃんにありがとうみんなこれで終わらせるイエーイ
Pretty much. The choices do not matter. But we are doing a shit ton of damage.
どこへ行っても私たちは思いでつながってるこのつながりが私たちを強くしてくれる
Victory lap moment, indeed.
はあ
And it's dead. And we're back. Guess it
大丈夫
worked?
みんな
なんとか
よかった全員無事でうんここは本物の屋上みたいだね装置は
I need to change that
止まっ
hardscape.
てる
世界の再構築は
Otherwise, it's gonna bother me.
少なくとも
Udas gets glitchy for some reason in the background. The lighting freaks out.
あとは待つのみ
No, all we can do is wait
どういう
now.
ことですか
この世界とも
Time to say goodbye.
もうお別れなんですね ちん、どうしたの？ねえゆず、雫世界に残された時間って
Long before we were all erased and reborn in the new world, huh?
わかんない
Day.
けど、もって1日かな。
Not much.
1日か。何日も何日もこの世界で過ごしてきたからさ。そう思うと1日って短いね。うん。私ギリギリまでこの世界で過ごしたい。
It's just the ending left
いろ
now.
んなものを作ったり遊んだり、長い間みんなと一緒に過ごして愛着も湧いちゃった。でもこれが最後の一日。
Yep.
誰と一緒に過ご
So now we have to pick the girl for the ending, effectively.
そうだな。
And it does change the ending slightly. Slightly. Might as well make a save here. Although before I do that, I'm changing that hardscape in the background. You can actually go into the hardscape if you wanted. I don't know why you would want to do that, but you could. But yeah, we're picking Uda. Oh, you can't pick Yuzu and Lime, obviously. I guess I can talk to them because it doesn't do anything.
うん。
But yeah, I'm picking Uda. I will show you all the other variations of this dialogue next time.
結局私は何が正解なのかわからないまま今日を迎えてしまいました。
正解っていうのは？
思いとは何なのか、私の中の胸のモヤモ
Yeah,
ヤ
but you can cope
私は
now.
許されてよいのか。
Oh, it will. It should. You've done more than enough,
新
Uda,
しい世界に
to be forgiven at this
私
point.
は必要なのか。
Frankly, it's partly the world's fault for rejecting you.
歌さんじゃなくても答えを出すのは難しいよ。
そうなんでしょうか。
この世界に必要ない人間はいない。みたいな綺麗事を言うのは簡単だけどさ。実際のところ、歌さんにとって元の世界
Hopefully
は
the new world will be
生き
better.
にくい場所だったんだと思う。その気持ちを全部理解することはできなくても、私にもちょっとくらいはわかる。でもダメ。新しい世界はみんなで行くんだ。
Yep.
ダメだよ、一人だけいないなんて。全員で行くんだ。誰も欠けちゃいけない。
I mean, your ring is blue. That's more than enough proof. It's not pink anymore.
元の世界であったことが
No.
突然全てなかったことになるとは
But you
思えない。
can strive to be better.
それでも
Uda, you
私は
already
変われ
have.
ると思いますか。
決めるのは私じゃない。歌さんだよ。
But yeah, it's up to you.
何を選んでどういう道を進むか。すべては新たな世界での歌さん次第だから。
私次第。
不安？
はい、少し。
ならこうしよう。もしまた何か失敗した時はみんなと一緒に私が何度でも止める。だから安心して失敗して。ああ、でもあんまり人に迷惑かけちゃダメだよ。
awesome.
何ですかそれ。
そんなに変かな。
いいえ、そんなことはないです。わかりました。胸に留めておきます。
That's interesting. There's some typos if you take Uda and New Game Plus, even though it's basically the same dialogue, so that's weird.
全身が痒くなってきました。まさか
But they're not here.
私がこんなことを言うなんて。
That's funny.
ウタさんが変わり始めたって証拠だよ。
そうな
I
ん
guess
で
they
す
didn't just copy paste the lines.
いえ、そうだといいですね。こんな私でも
Oh, you already
かも
have.
しれない。ならせめて祈るとしましょう。願わくば次の世界では今とは違う新しい私になれますように。
Oh, it's cracking. Yeah, Oasis is finished.
もう思い残すことはないかな。いよいよお別れだね、この世界とも。
もし成功すれば私たちは平和な暮らしに戻
That's the
れる
plan.
んだよね。
日和さんでもやっぱり不安。
Well, if it doesn't, we'll all just be erased
う
permanently.
まくいくって信じてるけど、でもやっぱり不安だよ。
I mean, hopefully when Oasis is gone and they're deleted, they'll be reborn
灰さえなけれ
in
ば
the new world. That's the
私だ
plan
って
anyway.
生きられるはずなんだ。でもそんな簡単な話なのかって疑ってる自分もいる。
Of course, will Yuki and Reina meet?
それにここでの生活も元の世界での思い出も
In theory, they would, but not necessarily. Reflectors have been known to break rules. Hey there, Hinako.
再構築後の世界でもまた同じような人生を送れる保証もない。
Yeah, will you be talking to any sort of god there,
もしか
Kirara?
すると元の世界の友人と
Who knows?
新しい世界では友人になれないかもしれない。久野さん。
もし私が新しい世界で生きていけるとしても、皆さんとは出会わない方がいいでしょうね。
まだそんなこと言ってるの？何にも気にしてないのに。
You're gonna be Hiyori's friend, whether you like it or not. Just ask Nina.
私が気にするんです。
Uda, give it up. Like,
あおちゃん
Hiyori literally reached
なんか
Nina.
考えてる？
So you have no chance of resisting
あ
her.
あ確かに私も不安だな。
And Nina hated Hiyori for the longest time.
それと同じくらい期
But
待も
Hiyori
してる。
wouldn't take no for an answer.
期待？なんだろう、ふわっとしてるんだけど、飽きるほど聞いたセミの声も毎日変わり映えの
Of
し
course,
ない
ow.
手袋も
We'll just end up back here.
嫌だった補習もずっと退屈だと思ってたあの世界だってきっと今なら輝いて見えると思うんだ。だから楽しみ。私はそう思ってるよ。あおちゃん。きっとそうだね。
Eventually, anyway. Oh,
世界の終焉。
Oasis is dying.
まであおちゃんに助けられちゃった。
そうですね。今の私たちがいるのは星崎さんのおかげです。
あおがいなければできなかったことがたくさんある。私はあんまりその実感はないんだけど
You're
ね。
literally the reason the whole world will be a thing now.
ありがとう、あおちゃん。心、私こそだよ。私この世界に来てからずっと考えてた。こんな平凡な私に何ができるんだろうって。柄にもなくリーダーなんかやっちゃったりしてさ。こんな私だからやっぱり大失敗もしちゃったりして。それでもここまで来れたのはみんなのおかげ。みんなが支えてくれたから私は今ここに立ってる。みんなと出会ってこの世界を回っていろんな記憶を見てみんなの大切を知って、そうしてたくさんの思いに触れて、私は多分退屈な毎日を過ごしてた頃とは違う自分になれたんだ。私何かできたのかな。みんなに何か返せたのかな。
You've done more than enough.
たくさんもらったよ。青が思うよりずっとたくさん。星崎さんがいたから私たちはつながれたんです。あおちゃんからもらった思いで私たちはつながって結ばれてるんだよ。
みんなありがとう。これが本当の最後。気づけばあっという間の夏休みだった。でも私たちは結ばれてる。私たちがそれぞれの日常に戻ったとしてもそれだけは絶対に変わらない。だから怖くない。みんないってらっしゃい。
Until we meet again. Right, because she's aware that she's in a loop and she's gonna see them again here. That is the end. There is a post-credit scene though. And yeah, the game's still just as good the third time through. I like that ending. I know some people wanted more of an epilogue, but what's the point, really? We know it worked. I mean, because Ao exists, like, they make it to the new world. I mean, do we really need to see them living together in the new world? Not really. I mean, sure, I'm not against that or anything, but they're leaving it up to your interpretation for how their existence in the new world goes. I prefer to think that Reina and Yuki end up together because of their strong connection, for example. Considering what happened with Hinako and remembering Yuzu and Lime in the first game, when she wasn't supposed to. But yeah, we don't get anything else in Origin. It's all open to, it's all interpretive. Whatever you think its motives are, if they're even understandable. It's a very pretty song. But I like the ending. There are subtle story differences in New Game Plus, but not until basically the very end of the game. Some of the dialogue in that last scene, I was noticing, is actually different. Subtly different, but different. And there's some changes in the plot, but basically there are no changes until essentially the final boss. So we'll be skipping every other cutscene until then, except for, well, I can't skip the date scenes, and I don't want to skip the bonding scenes because there's a few that we missed. It's a very good game. It's a very good game. Like, I did not expect to like this game as much as I did. I mean, I liked the first game. I thought it was okay. The second game, I think, is fantastic. Someone that grew tired of the Magical Drama. Yeah, they do a nice twist on it. Like, the Magical Girl stuff is really... Like, the first game is very Magical Girl-esque. The second game is more... Yeah, they have Magical Girl powers, but that's more of a side thing to the mystery of, you know, Oasis. And, you know, learning about their memories and stuff. That's the primary... That's more of the up front and center thing. I mean, you could completely ignore the Magical Girl stuff, really, and it wouldn't really change much. Then, we don't actually fight God at the end in this game. In fact, it's debatable whether or not God is actually evil or malevolent or indifferent or anything. Might actually be sympathetic. It's completely up to your interpretation. Hey, ow. The characters are just so damn well written. Next time we'll be able to see the conclusion of all their bonding events and how their character arcs go. The end of that. But yeah, the primary purpose for doing New Game Plus is A, higher difficulty, but B, the true ending. And unlike most games, there's a logical reason for needing New Game Plus. Knights of Azure 2 does a thing like this too, where you need to be on New Game Plus to get the true ending, although there it makes no sense. It's just a gameplay mechanic to make you play the game twice. Here it makes sense. I mean, whether it's worth it for like 2 minutes of different cutscenes, I don't know, it's up to you. I think it is, because I like the game so much, but I'm crazy. I'm like upset. I love this game. Look, I'm so obsessed with this game. I watched the anime a second time in English after this game. And yes, I had completely different reactions to Uda in the anime. First time in the anime watching in Japanese. In the sub. I hated Uda. Thought she was annoying, aggravating, over the top. Second time through, I watched it in English after this context of the second game. I felt sorry for her. When she realized, no, she's just a girl that nobody ever bothered to reach out to actually help. A girl suffering from mental health issues that nobody bothered to care or help. It's a nice picture. I don't know, I like the ending of the characters sing, just having a normal goodbye with each other. The grounded ending is nice. So this is the new world. Hence why it looks like Ao Hojisaki's Heartscape that was modeled after the new world. In fact, they literally just took her Heartscape and used it for this. Obviously, it's not her Heartscape, it's a new world. The girl that shows up here is the girl you picked. In my case, Uda. Oh, hi, Ao. Oh, she's gone. So, I do think Ao actually walked past her there. But by the time Uda turned around, I'm guessing that version of Ao just went back to Oasis at that exact moment. Uda clearly remembered who she was, though. So implying they retained their memories. So that's, I believe, second loop Ao that we just played as. Sending the text message. So yeah, the Be Reborn text message was sent by first loop Ao to second loop Ao. And now second loop Ao is sending the text message to third loop Ao. At least that's my implication. At least that's the what I'm getting out of that. It could be first loop Ao just constantly sending it, but I think it's each subsequent loop is sending the text message to the next version of Ao. So yeah, we get New Game Plus, we get our collected fragments, half of the total TP collected by each character, so it's super easy to max out characters in the next playthrough. The database carries over, and we also get hope for a reunion, aka we can go for the true ending. Yeah, we're not using hard difficulty. We have Death Wish difficulty, which we're going to be doing, which is harder. But we're not doing that today. Tomorrow we'll start that. You like watching me suffer? Well, enjoy, because we're going to be suffering a lot. But whatever. And that was fantastic. God, the game is still so goddamn good. I'm sorry. It's one of my favorite games of all time. And I don't... Never really expected that. But, you know, it's pretty awesome. And it's nice that they actually went all out with the final boss. So it felt more like the first game bosses at the end there. Music's great. Plot's great. Character's great. Just about everything's great except for, I guess, the repeat boss fights. That's about it. Gameplay mechanics are good. It's a little imbalanced, but it's fun to break it, so. Yeah, so tomorrow we'll start New Game Plus. I'll skip most of the cutscenes. And this time I'll show off all the bonding events that we missed. I won't skip any of the bonding events just because why not? And I'll also show off the different versions of the cutscene and after Uda collapses. I might show off all the ones of the letters or the ones you greet. You go to do the interview bonding event. I might show off each one of those as well. And I'll definitely show off each character's ending dialogue the second time through. It is basically the same for the character you pick. The only difference is there's a couple of extra lines at the end for each character. And that's it. Oh, if I picked a character that wasn't talent level 10, by the way, I would have gotten slightly less dialogue. But that's not going to be a problem in the second playthrough. Everybody will be talent level 10. But in addition to that, there's some New Game Plus dialogue they get at the end of it Although it's the same line for everybody, but I'll show that off too. Anything else of note? No, not really.
ブルーリフレクション
Alright.
タイ
Yeah, so thanks for hanging out. And I will see you tomorrow as we look at Ao's feet. So this title screen is her world. God, I love the reveal of Ao. It's just so cool that freaking Mio's like right, but not in the way you think. Alright. Have a good night.